Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Bald Father Bets. So we'll do a quick recap of college football Saturday, where we had a positive day, and then we will lay out all of our picks against the spread for every game here on the NFL Sunday slate for Week 12. But first, just would like you to please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, notifications on, so you're getting our community posts for halftime plays and early plays throughout the week, and then just support the channel, like, share, comment on this video. Help us get into the YouTube algorithm. We'll never ask anyone to pay for these picks. Just want us to grow the channel, grow the community, really enjoy the interaction with you guys. So, recap of college football Saturday, where we went 38-16, 38-10 on pregame plays, and an abysmal 0-6 on halftime plays. I don't know what's happening on the halftime plays, guys. I really don't. Usually those hit at around a 65% win percentage, and I think we're maybe hitting it like a 20. It's no idea what's happening. I mean, I'm gonna keep firing them off, but if you guys want to fade the halftime plays at this point, I wouldn't blame you. But overall, we're doing pretty incredible. So 38-16 college football Saturday. Obviously, start off with that big win with Ohio State. Like I said, I just didn't see it with Indiana. Pretty much everything that I said, honestly. But I don't like to, toot my horn that much sometimes, but quite literally everything I said. Indiana early score, Knowles defense settles in, then they can't move the ball at all pretty much the rest of the game up until a garbage time touchdown. Ohio State, bigger, faster, stronger. Their line was disrespectful to them. They were disrespected by Cignetti and the Indiana team. I mean, Will Howard doing the put out the cigarette celebration. It was, you could tell they were motivated. They were ready to go. They're the best team in college football. So yeah, that one felt good for me to get, because like I said, some people like to call me an Ohio State shill, but obviously I am not. So yeah. Anyway, then we moved on. We flipped the bet for the first time this season. We flipped a bet, Florida to Ole Miss, and obviously we lost. That was almost a guaranteed loser when we flipped the bet to beat. So, I mean, anytime you do that, you're almost guaranteed to lose. But it was the right read. System really liked Ole Miss there. So, anyway, afternoon, ASU, they came through for us, albeit some drama there at the end. And then we got into the evening. Army did not get it done for us or for America. But that's okay, because OU definitely got it done. I mean, they dominated Alabama. I thought they'd win outright. I didn't think they'd hold Bama to 3 points. That was wild. But like we've been saying all year, guys, Bama's good. They're just not great. Between Ole Miss and Bama, I really hope, if they're going to let one in the playoff, between Ole Miss, Bama, and South Carolina, if they're really going to let one in the playoff, I hope it's South Carolina. If they're going to let two in the playoff, I hope it's Ole Miss and South Carolina. Bama's just not there. Now, on the flip side of that, as a Texas fan, I really wanted to play Bama in the SEC championship game, because we would have smoked them. But the fighter in me is excited about the opportunity for a Georgia rematch. So let's go Horns. Speaking of that one, remember how we talked about in that afternoon game? I was like, Texas, Kentucky, if it gets to a certain point, Texas is you kind of have to play them here. Boy, were we right on the money on that. Texas won by 17, but they gave up a late strip sack fumble touchdown to Kentucky. So they should have won by 24, but we would not have covered that. Then the line got all the way down to Texas minus 17.5 before kick. Would not have covered it by a half point. So laying off was the right thing to do there. The other night game then that we had was Auburn and A&M. What a game. What a game. Auburn did everything they could to Auburn that game, and they still won. So good for Auburn, good for Hugh Freeze, good for Peyton Thorne. Haha, A&M. And it was just kind of like we said, guys, that was such a tough spot for A&M. I mean, the game next weekend against Texas is everything to them. If they win that, Elko is forever a legend, even after his first year. Next week's a really tough spot for Texas. it's going to be very hard for Texas to go into Kyle Field and get a win. That's where their focus was. That's where their focus should be, honestly, because this game didn't matter for them in the SEC. If they beat Texas next weekend, they still go to Atlanta. It's their whole season is the game next week. But anyway, so that wrapped it up for us. 38-16 College Football Saturday. Great day. Now we are moving into NFL Sunday. Let's take a look at these 1 p.m. games. Bucs Giants. You guys know what we're doing. Giants +6 for 3 units. He said he's not going to hit the Selly, which, I mean, if he fires a dart to Malik Neighbors, like a 30-yard touchdown, how do you not just hit it, you know? But Tommy Cutlets, Tommy DeVito, your neighborhood Tommy, he is starting quarterback for the Giants. He had a good run when he first came in last season. We're going to ride that and hope that that continues in his first start of this season, 2024. So Bucs getting everyone back healthy. Tristan Wirfs is supposed to play. Mike Evans is supposed to play. Line makes no sense. It's only 6. Why is it only 6? So yeah, Giants +6, 3 units. Chiefs Panthers +11, 3 units. Chiefs don't cover big spreads. They just don't. And Bryce Young has actually looked like something that reminds you of the version that he was at Alabama in the past few weeks. So, yeah, Panthers +11, 3 units. Also, the Chiefs we've been talking about this now for a while. The Chiefs are not that good. They are good. They are top 6 teams in the NFL. They are not the number 1 team in the NFL. And heading into last week where they were undefeated, like they are nowhere close to the Lions and the Eagles, who are the 2 best teams in the NFL. Like they're much further away from that than they are close to that. They're closer to the Ravens than they are to the Lions or the Eagles. So that's the other reason here that we're on they just have Patrick Mahomes. So if they get in the playoffs, they can win the Super Bowl. But as a team, they're not there. So we got Panthers +11 for 3 units. Commanders, we already gave that one out, -10 for 3 units. Definitely, I mean, system would tell you should take the Cowboys here plus, I think it's up to 11 now. I just don't care. The Cowboys had Mike Zimmer as their defensive coordinator. That's really all I need to say. He's an idiot. Patriots and Dolphins. We're on the Pats plus the 8 for 3 units. Patriots have been playing a lot better. Now, this is in Miami, and Patriots play horrendous every time they go to Miami for the past, 25 years. But 8's a lot. And like I said, they're quietly not bad. It's weird. I mean, they're 3-8, but, they're in every game. Drake May looks kind of good. Not great, but kind of good. And the defense they play hard. They just play really hard, and 8's a lot of points. And I know Miami's Miami, right? And they're healthy now, so, I mean, Miami could beat them 70-20 like they did the Broncos last year, but, yeah, 8's just a lot, so we'll roll with it. Patriots +8 for 3 units. Titans +8 for 3 units against the Texans. Texans is another one where they're good, not great. I love C.J. Stroud because I'm a shill for Ohio State. Remember that. I loved him since his Ohio State days. He's a really good quarterback. They just have some problems this year, especially on the defensive side. Cowboys. That Monday night game last week, Cowboys really should have covered that. Some McCarthy decision making, and then that strip sack fumble. That game was not put away for the Texans until late, and it really should have been. I mean, Cowboys were better last week than they are this week because they have even more injuries this week. But there's something off. There's something off in Houston. 8's a lot. The Titans are 2-8, but they're also another one where it's kind of they're not the worst 2-8 team I've ever seen, I guess is the way I would put it. So yeah, 8's a lot. I don't know if they're going to wear the old Oilers uniforms. I like it when Tennessee plays Houston and they wear the old Oilers uniforms, just kind of rub it in their face. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, Titans +8, 3 units. Lions Colts, we already gave this one out. Colts +8, 3 units. I will be at this game. Lions are the worst defense against a mobile quarterback in the NFL over the past 3 seasons. They have essentially both of their outside corners out, Terrion Arnold and Eric Reckenstra. Name escapes me. It's close to that. Are both out in this game. I have a weird feeling that Colts could win this one outright. Or you're in a situation where Lions get like a last-second field goal to win. Everybody's talking about how the Lions are the greatest thing to ever happen to football. They're good. Let's everybody calm down. It's only 10 games into the season. But this is a tough spot. Lions have a Thursday game right after this one. Lions play Thursday night back-to-back. So they play Thursday Thanksgiving, then they play Thursday the next weekend, and then they get a long rest before they go back to a Sunday schedule. This is a tough spot. Indianapolis is not a bad team. They're in playoff contention. They seem to have figured out what they want to do at quarterback now with Richardson. He played his best game that he's ever played in his life against the Jets last week. Lions cannot defend a mobile quarterback. Anzalone will be out for at least 4 weeks with the forearm injury because they put him on IR. He's kind of their answer to a mobile quarterback. He's their shot caller on defense, so he wears the headset. Is a tough one. Injury spot, just schedule spot. So, I mean, go Lions, obviously. I think we all know I'm a Lions fan, but just not by more than 8. Vikings and Bears. Sorry, guys, I have to look over here. I don't have my usual notes because I'm in a hotel room, so I'm just kind of like reading through the games. Vikings and Bears. Bears +3.5, 3 units. Vikings are the worst 8-2 team in the NFL. It's wild that they're 8-2. I see the record every time. And I'm like, no, they have to have lost more than that, right? I just in my mind, but they don't. They're 8-2. It's like very similar to Vikings 2 years ago when they got in the playoffs and then they got absolutely shellacked. Oh no, they didn't. They lost. They should have gotten shellacked. They weren't good. But they're 8-2. Yeah, I think the Bears went outright. Bears seem to have kind of put some of the issues behind them. Shane Waldo, wearing the earth of Shane Waldo. He's gone. And Caleb played better last week. Caleb hasn't played bad. People are so dumb. So yeah, Bears +3.5, 3 units. Broncos, Raiders +6, 3 units. Yeah. Raiders played a lot better last week. I mean, I can't believe they didn't give us the cover against the Dolphins last week. That was all they had to do. Literally, if they just tackle Jonnu Smith in bounds, then it's 2-minute warning and the Dolphins take knees. But instead, they let him wide open for like a 60-yard touchdown, and then the Dolphins cover. Raiders offense played a lot better in that game. Their defense got. I mean, it's Miami. So, yeah, this is again division game. Too many points. In Vegas will be mainly Denver fans there because the Raiders are 2-8 and the Broncos are very solidly in playoff position. So Raiders +6, 2 units. 49ers Packers. We already got this one early in the week, and it's a good thing we did. So we have Packers -1.5 for 3 units. I don't think I really need to explain that one much as to why we wanted to get it early and why the line is all the way up to Packers -6 now. Brock Purdy is not playing. I think Brandon Allen, the guy out of the Houston Cougars. Yeah, the dude who was when A&M had 2 5-star quarterbacks in the same class commit to him with Allen and Murray, and then lost both of them. They both transferred away because they're A&M. He was the other one, the other 5-star. He transferred to Houston. Murray transferred to OU. Obviously, we know what happened to Murray. Allen has not been terrible as a backup in the NFL, but he hasn't been great. Yeah, so we like the Packers minus the 1.5 for 3 units. If you didn't get that one in, don't touch it. Don't touch it. 5.5 is too much. The 49ers aren't that bad with a backup quarterback. Kyle Shanahan could find ways to score if Uri was playing quarterback, so just don't touch it. Cardinals Seahawks. I'm going to have to community post this one, guys. This is the closest read of the day. I'm leaning a certain way, but I need to. This line is moving. You have some books who have Arizona favorite, and you have other books who have Seattle favorite. That is how much variance there is in this line. I got to read this one more. Kickoff isn't until 4:25, so we have time on this one. I'll community post this one later. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure whatever read we do is the right one. But yeah, or you make whatever play you feel is the right one in your heart. But I will community post it later. And then tonight, Eagles Rams. We got the Rams plus the 3. I think one time I posted it as in a video. I talked about it as 5 units, and then in another thing I talked about it as 10 units. It's 10 units. So Rams plus 3, 10 units. If you put it in as 5 units, add it. The line's still at 3, so just add another 5 units to it. So yeah, we love that one. Little worried about how good the Eagles are, but I am a Sean McVay fanboy. I'm a shill for Sean McVay. So at home, getting points, Sunday Night Football. Rams clicking, Eagles kind of due for a loss. Yeah. So that means we're on all dogs today. I just realized that, except for the Commanders, which isn't a system pick. I don't like that. We're definitely going to lose that one. And the Packers at the minus 1.5. We got that one before the Brock Purdy news. That one I kind of like. Oh, that doesn't spell a good day, guys. I don't like it when things get too one-sided on either end. We might lose all these. Let's hope not, because we're having a great year. So anyway, everyone have a good day. Enjoy their NFL football Sunday, and go Lions, just not by more than 8. Thank you for supporting the channel.